Thank you
How do I
so
pronounce your
much.
name? Am I pronouncing it correctly, Reina?
Yes, you are pronouncing it right. It's Reina. Nice to meet you.
All right, I'm going to introduce you guys real quick. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Russlle, the amazing super mega star Verdine White from Earth, Wind, and Fire, and his soon-to-be superstar granddaughter, Reina. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you so much for having us.
Well, thank you for being here, and you are something to see. Are you a young girl? You what, 17, 18, 16? What are you?
I'm 18 years old.
Okay, so you know the law.
Yes.
No give till marriage. That's how I raised my daughter. Guess what? They're both old maids.
Hold on, let me introduce you, everybody. This is my town co-host, Mr. Russlle.
Hi, kids.
Hi, Ron.
Hi, how are
Hi.
you? I have listened to your friggin' music for so many years. I'm 80 years old, so I've listened to everybody's music from the Ink Spots to you. But I mean, your music, Earth, Wind, and Fire, come on, give me a break. I mean, it wasn't even music, it was like an encounter. I mean, every song you knocked out, I loved. It was like ridiculous. It's one of my favorite groups.
I know, absolutely. And we had, just to let you know, last year we had Labelle on the show.
Oh, yeah, Philip on you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Philip on. Actually, yeah, it was last year sometime when his solo album came out. We had him on. It was fantastic.
Oh,
and we have a chat room, you guys. We have a chat room filled with people. Germany, Canada, the UK, Australia, all kinds of places. So just say hi to everybody in this chat room.
Hi,
Okay.
everybody.
Hey, everybody.
And
I want to add you to my list of fabulous. My list of fabulous is missing one person, Patti Labelle. I want her on our show. Now, no kidding around. Kathy Sledge is a good friend of mine from Sister Sledge, okay? Kathy was supposed to bring her to my house when we lived in Pennsylvania because Kathy lived in the town next door. We moved, that never happened. Now, without Patti Labelle, we have had on our show probably all of the greatest music of my time.
Right.
The young kids today have a different kind of music and it stinks.
No,
I don't care.
no, it doesn't, because Reina's is great.
Yeah, but I know what
Thank
Randy
you.
does. I talk truth. I never say, look, I'm an old bag. Okay, I love Johnny Mathis and Peggy Lee. So when are you going to put me in jail? I think the music from our time, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and all the other great groups was
We had Cool in the Gang on recently.
Yeah,
What I'm very happy about is that Reina's been exposed to a lot of kind of music and things like that from not only our music, which is she kind of grew up on it, but she's doing her own music, of course, and and she's seen Hamilton and things like that. So she has a really wide range of music, and she's turning me on to music, and that's what I love about it.
Well, what I don't like is rap. That's where I was going. Because rap to me is not singing, it's speaking. It tells a story, and I understand that everybody loves it. And
I love it.
They love the boom, 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 boom. I'm old.
I love your new song,
Wait,
Reina.
Thank you so much.
I'm very honest. I am a very honest person. That's why people love me in the show. I tell it like it is. My feelings don't make it right, by the way. They're just my feelings. I could listen to Johnny Mathis or Tony Bennett singing In the Mood, and I'm thrilled. Now, there is a couple of rappers that I do like because their music is good. There are some rappers I don't like, and I tell this story all the time. I was parked at a traffic light with my top down, and I had my music on, and there was somebody in the next car, and he heard my music, and he made his music really loud.
Yeah. But you know what Reina did for me? When Reina was even younger, she'd be in the car with me, and we drive with the top down. She'd make me turn it on to a great station. She said, "Now we're cool." So when I want to get my cool factor, I said, "What's going on? What's happening here?" And I think what's really great about it, Reina can explain about how she approaches it.
I didn't finish my point,
Yeah.
and I'm going to look bad. What I was referring to was the music this guy was playing in his car was called, what is it called? The band. He was saying the lyric was something like, I'm going to get you, bitch, I'm going to cut you.
No,
And
he doesn't like gangster rap.
What kind of a lyric is that? In my day, it was stand there just a moment, darling, let me catch my breath. I've never seen a picture quite so lovely. It was romantic. Some of these rap performers, they really are saying bad things about women, and they're making love out to be like sex. Remember one thing: love and sex are two different things. They're not the same. You can have it when you love someone, but you can have sex with a stranger. So I hope, Reina, that you're bringing to the young people some of the enchantment. He's your uncle, right?
Grandfather.
He's my grandfather. He's my
You're a grandfather, you old bitch. Yeah, look at you. You look good. You're a grandfather? Oh, yes, you would be, because I could have been a grandfather. You're almost my age. Oh, my God.
You got a little time on me. You got a little time on me.
I'm
You're
80.
hanging out with Reina. So,
Oh,
you know.
it's true,
Yeah.
baby. Black don't crack.
So hold on though,
It is
'cause
true.
I went on YouTube, right? Okay, because I
Yes.
wanted to research grandfather. I wanted to research Reina because I know a whole lot about you, Verdine, and I mean your resume speaks for itself.
You're
Yes.
wonderful.
And one of the greatest bands of all time, which I'm going to brag for you in a minute, but I want to speak with Reina a little bit.
You know, he's such a part of American culture and music. I mean, Earth, Wind, and Fire is up there with the biggest of the bigs.
So Reina did a video, you guys, and it was like it's a video that you did with Verdine.
Yes.
And you go in and you're like all casual and you sing September and you said it's a Sunday in September and then you guys did September. I've watched that video 50 times in the last 3 days. It is
Thank
so
you.
amazing. You are so, talented, and the apple didn't fall far from the tree because your talent is unbelievable. Not only are you gorgeous, because now I'm following you on Instagram also, so I watch all your Instagram pictures. Which you guys,
Thank you so
if you
much.
want to follow her on Instagram, she's, what are you, Reina _ like NAI or something?
Reina _ Nai, NAI.
NAI.
Yes.
And you guys, she is such an amazing voice, and we're going to talk about her new song in a minute. But while we have Verdine, everybody needs to go though and Google Reina Verdine White September and watch the video because it's a real casual thing. They're just sitting there like in a room, playing, and it's amazing.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we are not allowed to play anyone's music on our show ever again. They stopped us from doing that, which is sad because we had guests on and we played their song, and then we were able to discuss what we thought about the music. I'm sure you have a beautiful voice because
Oh, it's amazing.
the apple doesn't
Thank
really
you.
fall far from the tree, and you grew up in the music.
The reason we can't do it is because we're streaming live on all these different platforms and like YouTube. We had John B on, which I'm sure you're familiar with. You're familiar with John B.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the stream, we were playing his new music video, and YouTube shut us down, and then we lost the whole live feed because we don't have the rights to it. They won't let us play it.
But you know what? We're not selling it. We're promoting the talent. We're promoting the star. And it's not like we're going to say.
So let me do some bragging for both of you guys. First of all, you guys, Reina, and I got this from Fran sent this to me. The publicist, who's amazing. She's such an amazing woman. At age 9, you took method acting at Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute. Then you started as a recording artist at age 15. You collaborated with Nipsey Hussle and Verdine on your single that we'll talk about in a little bit.
Nipsey Russell?
Nipsey
Nipsey
Hussle.
Hussle.
I thought it was Nipsey Russell. I knew him years ago, the comedian. He was fabulous. Nipsey Russell was nuts. He was great.
And you have your debut singles, Sprung featuring Yellow Breezy and Head to the Sky featuring Nipsey Hussle and Verdine. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But let me go to Verdine real quick and brag because everybody, well, it's not really hard to brag because you got everything going on. But he's a founding member and bassist for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band Earth, Wind, and Fire, you guys. He's number 27 of the 100 greatest bass players of all time. And he's probably really higher than that, but that's just what they said. He's one of the Earth, Wind, and Fire is one of the most innovative and commercially successful acts of all time. He's got 8 Grammys, 4 American Music Awards. He's got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. They've sold over 100 million records. And some of the hits, which actually there's so many of them, you can't name them all, but you got September, Boogie Wonderland, Let's Groove, After the Love Is Gone, Fantasy, Reasons, Got to Get You Into My Life, Shining Star, Sing a Song. He is a freaking superstar.
Oh, I love Shining Star. That was one of my favorites. You know, you're bigger than Oprah. Really and truly, Oprah's little compared.
But also too, what was great, what I love about what we're talking about today, Reina's been exposed to all of that stuff. She took a course in music studio things. She knew more about the studio stuff than the teacher.
Yeah.
And she knows.
Oh, look at her background. I mean, her grandfather, growing up, she was surrounded by music.
No, I'm incredibly blessed to be surrounded by music and by my grandfather. Like, we grew up listening to everything. And honestly, he's my inspiration. This is this is why I'm doing what I'm doing today, and just for the passion of it. I love it. It's amazing.
I wish I could. I wish I could.
Hollywood Bowl, backstage, hanging out,
Yeah.
all this.
Hollywood Bowl, Vegas.
What a life. So wait, so okay,
Wait, let me
so
ask you a question. How are you handling this COVID thing that you can't get out there and sell your goods? Nobody can.
Oh, well, honestly, social media has been the go-to. That's how I've been doing everything, you know? I've just been doing TikTok, Instagram. That's how you do it. And everything is mostly streaming now, so that also just helps a lot. Streaming and YouTube, and also by doing this interview. So, you know, everything is a blessing in disguise, you know?
You probably would make a great actress because you're very beautiful and
Thank
you
you.
speak well.
Thank you.
And you have a sense of direction when you speak, and that's important in being an actress. Have you ever really thought about being an actress?
Well, actually, like he said, I did go to the Lee Strasberg Institute for Film and
That's
Acting.
great.
So I was in there since a young age, and currently right now I am doing identity acting school in Los Angeles online. And so that's always the goal. I've always loved doing musical theater. I've always went with my grandfather to see West Side Story, Lion King as a kid, you know, and now I went to see Hamilton when it was out here, and then we also saw it on Disney Plus. So theater for me is a big thing. It goes hand in hand with music for me, and so I definitely do see myself doing movies soon, and also staying in music and releasing my music as well.
I will keep you in mind because actually my other job, I'm a publicist, but my other job is I produce
He
movies.
produces movies.
And so, and you're beautiful.
You
So
know,
I can.
too bad the musical is not made anymore. Years ago, we had a movie called The Musical, where they talked and sang and talked and sang.
Mm-hmm.
You would have been perfect for that because you have the look, and I'm sure you have the voice.
Amazing voice.
And singing it would be a snap. We should bring the musical back. It was a happy time when you went to the movies. You left humming the Showstopper song. And getting back to you, Grandpa, I can't believe you're Grandpa. But you know, when I think back, the first time I heard Earth, Wind, and Fire, that was like 1967, 4, 5. When did you come out?
I came out in 1970. I was
Was
Reina's
it 70?
I was Reina's age when I came to Los Angeles. Came to live with my brother Maurice. Yes.
Right. I was a hippie. I was a Gucci hippie. I wore Gucci, but I was a hippie.
That's all right.
I want to go back and forth between the two of you guys. So Reina, first let's go with one for you. So growing up with such a famous grandfather, you probably got to meet like all kinds of cool celebrities. Like when you were younger, who was like the coolest celebrity you got to meet that your grandfather introduced you to?
The coolest celebrity I got to meet, well, actually, growing up, I didn't really look at the other people as like crazy celebrities, and I wasn't really starstruck. I just looked at them as like they were regular people doing their jobs, and this is what their job was. So honestly, I was just grateful to be in the rooms, learning and observing and watching him work. I just thought that in itself was just amazing. So
I love that. I think that's like super.
Have you ever met Patti LaBelle?
I have not ever met Patti LaBelle.
I'm telling you, I come close, and all the stories, like we have so many friends that are friends of hers, and the stories that I get back about Patti is just wonderful. She's probably the kindest, sweetest, most caring human being, but don't play because she'll get you if you're a bad boy. I mean, Patti's nobody's fool. She's got a mouth.
She's gonna meet her one day. You'll meet her one day.
Did you ever meet Patti?
Oh yeah, sure.
Tell me a Patti story.
Well, first of all, she's a great artist.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
the voice of voices.
The voice of voice, and she's a really nice person. And the one thing about the business, which we've been, and Reina's, because she's starting at a young age, that she had mentioned earlier, that they're just people like everybody else.
Actors. I make movies. People, when they meet me, they go, "Oh, so nice to meet you." I said, "Why?" Because you saw me in a stupid movie. That's no big deal.
Yeah, that's how. But she, Reina's, as she's been to Vegas, Hollywood Bowl, and she's met a lot of people. But
She sang in Hollywood Bowl.
Not yet. Soon. Soon.
Well,
So Verdine, because there's so many great songs, and I was like looking, trying to figure out. So as part of Earth, Wind, and Fire, do you have a favorite song, like when you guys are performing, one of the ones that's like, oh my god, I
No,
really love to do
they're
this?
all a favorite.
Well, if you'd have asked me maybe 20 years ago, I'd have had one. But you know, they're also
No, I have no
part of
favorite.
our lives and things like that. And it's just an honor to play them, you know, things like that. And you know, and in Reina's generation, you know, this music has been introduced to their generation. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of cool. You know, it's been in movies like Trolls and things like that. And
It's a classic, too.
with media, what's a great thing about it? They turn their friends on
Yes.
to us, you know, through social media. Like, you know, talk about TikTok, right?
Yes.
You know, my first reaction was like, what's TikTok? Is that a clock, right?
Yes.
It's a social platform that they're teaching us, so it's a really great time for different generations to sort of bond.
Are you on TikTok, Verdine?
No, because it's more their thing, but a lot of our songs have been.
No, a
Okay.
lot of their songs have been.
Right, we've been on TikTok.
Yeah, and I made a TikTok with my grandfather. We did a TikTok together.
That's right, but they're so short. They're really short.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
that's
are
right.
short.
I'm on TikTok,
Yeah.
but I'm not good at
Do
it.
you find your grandfather at times intimidating? And do you think to yourself, wow, will I ever be as big and fabulous as Granny is?
Well,
Grandpa.
I'm just dad. She just calls me dad.
yeah, I call him dad. I call my
Yeah, I
grandfather
like that.
dad. I honestly,
And
I'm-
bring me up.
yeah. I'm so grateful to have my grandfather. He's honestly a mentor to me in everything. I never feel super intimidated. I've just always felt loved, and just I appreciate him for everything. For just
now-
regular talks, you know, our jam sessions that we do together. It's just I'm trying to help, you know, build on the legacy. You know, continue the
Well,
legacy one day.
And also, too, you know, I'm getting a little bit too much credit, but our son Warner really is the one who's been
Yes.
producing our records and things like that. And, you know, he's has a great ear. He's been around it his whole life himself, so he's really good.
You're all
Yeah.
in the
Say
business.
hi, Warner. What's up, Warner?
Now-
Good job.
Now, here's what you have to do, Grandpa. You have to get together the group, and you have to do a cover, and you have to have your granddaughter sing the lead, and then bring it. We can't push it. We're not allowed. Damn it. I was gonna put, you know. I mean, could you imagine singing with Earth, Wind, and Fire? I mean, that's like forget about it. There's nothing bigger or better. That's a thrill. If you really want to get her out there, push her. That's how you do it. Let her sing the lead.
Getting so many fans. She's getting so many fans now.
Yeah, but she'll get more.
You know?
Put her in.
Actually, her Instagram is amazing because like every picture she puts up gets at least 1,000 likes on it, which is like a lot. She's got like 7,000 followers or something like that. I don't know exactly.
27.6K.
Yeah, so I only got 24,000. So you're doing phenomenal on it, and
Yeah,
you're young.
hey, right, if we're bragging, this show you're on right now, there are 4.5 million people watching all over the world.
Oh, you love
In
that.
every country.
That's actually true.
We're the #1
Web show.
web show in the world, twice, 2 years in a row. So right now, everything we say about you is going to go out to the world. And I want to hear your music because I'm thinking you're so charming and sophisticated and adult that your music is going to be that way also. I don't think it's going to be stupid.
You know what you do? Are you on Twitch, Reina? Are you on Twitch also, or no?
I'm not on Twitch. I'm mostly on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. I do have Facebook.
We have a friend, Rocky Kramer, and he's like a burgeoning like rock star. He's like one of the best guitar players I've ever heard in my life.
No, not
And
really.
he does. Yes, he is.
No, we know quite a few great guitar.
No, he's better than most.
He's not better than you know who.
Anyway, so we go on, and he's being compared to like I don't know how to pronounce the guy, Iggy Mouse theme or whatever. Like he's like considered to be very, very good. So he has a Twitch show on Tuesday nights where he like does covers and stuff. But you guys could do like you could do your own show on Twitch like live like once a week or once a month or something like that. Have Verdine play backup, and you could do your songs and some of his songs, and I bet you would build a following so incredibly fast. It's not even funny. You'd probably have 1 million followers in like weeks.
Well, see, this is what my grandfather and I actually started doing at the beginning of quarantine. Since there was nowhere to go, nowhere to see, we would get together, and every other week or so, we would do Instagram movies,
TV,
Instagram
live,
TV, and we would do a cover each week, And so we still do covers, but we've been working and everything. But yeah.
And then Reina would pick the song with Warner.
Yep.
And then Shorty.
My mom.
We call her Shorty. So it's all like a family thing. We're all
Yeah.
in one room together, and it's fun. And,
Mm-hmm.
and then we eat, and it's a family. And actually, it's really been good for me to bond. It's great family time, just for me personally.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. You're a beautiful people.
Thank you.
I love everything about you both. You are so you can teach so much by being who you are to those who don't understand.
So you guys, though, then Reina has she has 2 singles. First of all, I think it's cool that you. How do people find your songs? Because like you don't use White, right? You use just Reina.
Oh yeah, I do use just Reina. Well, they find my songs because I post it on Instagram. I post it on YouTube and everything. But my first song that I did release in August was Sprung featuring Yella Beezy. He's a Texas rapper. And we released a music video to that on YouTube. And that was well. And then right after that, I released a song named Head to the Sky featuring myself and Nipsey Hussle. And my grandfather played on it as well, and it was all put together by my father, Warner Wright.
I love it. It's a phenomenal video. It's got a great message. Everybody needs to. All you have to do is, well, you can either follow her, and it's probably on her Instagram. But all you got to do is write Reina Verdine White, Head to the Sky, and it comes up on YouTube. It's a phenomenal video. You guys really need to watch it. I think you're gonna love it.
What we need now to bring back is music videos. Remember 20 years ago, 30 years ago, there would be a girl like you singing in a hole, like what's the name?
You sound like MTV or something?
Like what the Michael did.
Michael who?
Who Michael? Who we forgot who he is already? My mind is gone. Michael!
Michael?
The greatest performer of ever.
Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson, my God. We're not talking about John.
No, they do that. That's what they have. They have a music video.
No, yeah, we do have a music video. We shot the music video.
I want to see it. Where is it? I want to see it.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube.
You know what? This is too young for me. Get the old bags on. When I have the old bags on, I sound so intelligent. When you kids come on, I sound like an old moron. Like a total moron. I mean,
that's why, as I said earlier, it's great, because, as adults and things like that, we're listening to the other generation. So, everybody thinks that, they're learning everything from us, but I'm learning so much with, Reina and the work. And when I hear back after what she's done, she puts a different spin on what we've already done, which is great. The little nuances and the way they approach music, things like that.
Yeah, but I'm so in love with your music and people of your day. I don't have room anymore.
I actually was on.
Really, I am such an old bag when it comes to music.
I do both.
We had what's his name on, and I was freaking out. 2 weeks ago, we had Tommy James on. Crystal Blue Persuasion was one of my favorite songs.
Verdine, Tommy James.
You know what I do? What I do when I have to do interviews and things like that, I always tell the audience to Google, because they might not know some of the, the people that I might mention. Like you just mentioned Tommy James, right?
Well,
and Reina got that blank look. She said, "Who's Tommy James?"
Crystal Blue Persuasion.
Right. So
the
you
greatest
have to sort of
songs ever.
You have to say, okay, don't to Google them. So because sometimes they can't relate. They can't relate.
You would actually. Do you have an appreciation for older music and new music? I listen to everything. I mean, because I knew you guys were coming on. I watched your music video, and I watched the video due in September of you and Verdine, because I thought it was just so awesome, and it was so casual and laid back, and it was like effortless. The way you sing is effortless, which I loved.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's true.
And then I listened to Spotify to all Earth, Wind, and Fire songs for 3 days, and there's so many of them. It plays for hours and hours and hours.
I mean, like you said, which is my favorite? Star is one of my favorites when I think of I don't. There's so many titles.
Yeah, you can't even do it all.
Wait, I want to ask this question.
Okay.
How did you have the balls? Excuse me, honey. But Grandpa, how did you have the balls to, or who did what, and how did you have so many hits one after another? after another.
Well, that's a long story. We'll have to do that on the next interview program.
It's magic. It's magic.
But at the end of the day, music belongs to everybody.
Yep.
Good music, it goes from 8 to 80. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just glad that Reina picked up on our music and kind of thought I was kind of cool, and because the cool factor too, and you get a chance to relate, and a lot of times they ask us questions about music and things like that, and things I never even thought about.
So, Verdine, are there like artists today that you were sitting around you would like listen to? Like, do you have any like artists that you like a lot today besides your granddaughter?
Well, what happens with me with the artist, I run into the artists in strange places. The other day, I'm going to mention an artist that I'm sure you guys don't know of, but Reina does. Saturday, I was coming from the studio and I picked up the trades. Of course, for people that don't know, the trades are just weekly things about our business. And a young man tapped me on my shoulder, and it was Tyler, the Creator.
Oh yeah.
And she's right there, and because of that, it kind of makes me kind of cool, And
Well, you're cool anyway. You didn't.
But a lot of the younger artists, they reach out and things like that. So that's how I get music up today, because the younger artists want to meet me and things like that. So, but I knew that Reina would know about Tyler, the Creator, and his album Igor. You know what I mean? So things like that. So I get a lot of the new music really from them, because they say, hey, have you heard this? Have you heard that? Check this out. And that's the beauty. And I do it with older records. Check this record out. You know what I mean? Things like that.
The thing I find most disconcerting about America is we are a disposable country. You go to Europe, you will hear music 300 years old still being played by young people. Young people in Europe appreciate all genres of music and all generations of music. Somehow in America, oh no, that's old music. No, it's not old music. Music never gets old. Music lives forever. And certainly your music lives forever. At least in my heart anyway, because I love you guys.
What's great though about you mentioned Instagram and TikTok, and these platforms have made our music last longer as a result. Go back, like you said, you went back and you saw Reina and I in September, then you went back and saw Star, that you mentioned, that song Star, which Reina probably doesn't know about, which I'll turn her on to it later.
Oh my God, it's such a great song.
But but I think social media has really helped our careers last longer than it would have. You know what I mean?
I think so. I mean, it has helped our show. Like as a show, it has helped us dramatically, because I have a big following. And so Reina, who are some of your nowadays influences of people that you really like a lot, or that you like to listen to when you're just driving or hanging out or whatever?
Oh, well, I love to listen to new music all the time, because I love to know what's happening and everything. But people that I'll definitely tune into, one is Earth, Wind & Fire, of course, and then Beyonce, of course.
Yes.
And then I love Ariana Grande's new album, so I'll listen to her. And then I also have to go into different genres. So, I'll listen to Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole and Tyler, the Creator. And those are the people that are on my list right now. And, I'll listen to my own music sometimes as well, just driving around.
Did you ever listen to Billie Eilish?
I do listen to her sometimes. I think she has a beautiful style. But those are.
I like her brother. Her brother's one of my favorite, which now I think Phineas. I think his name's Phineas. He's one of my actual favorite artists out right now, and he writes all her stuff.
Yeah, he's a great songwriter, producer.
I have to give a little name plug to a buddy of mine. The sweetest, kindest, most gentle, unassuming, quiet person in the world, Mr. Johnny Mathis, who I've met many times. Who is absolutely the singer of all singers, better than Sinatra, better than Bennett, better than all of the
Hold on.
The vocals of that day.
Ask Reina if have you ever heard of Johnny Mathis?
Of course she knows Johnny.
No, she might not. No, she doesn't.
I don't. I feel like I've heard of the name, but I wouldn't be able to name a song off the top of my head.
She's gonna meet John. We know John very well. And,
say hi from me. Do me a favor. Listen to some of Johnny Mathis's music.
Chances are
you can only learn from.
I'm just talking about that. That's a name, an X Factor.
She's got it. I could tell.
Thank you.
I met years and years ago I met Lazara Bakery's daughter, who happens to be, oh my God, his name, a Broadway star. And I said to her, "You've got it. You're going to be a great
Bernadette
star."
Peters.
Bernadette Peters. And Bernadette and I have met several times over the years, and she remembered that from me. She said, "Ron, you were so right when you said I have it." I sound like a witch. I know. I've got some people that come up to me and they say, "Oh, I'm an actor. I'm an actor." And I say to myself, "No, you're not. You're never going anywhere." And then I see people that have it, and I think to myself, "This one's going somewhere."
So in 10
Like
years,
Sadie-
you're going to remember that.
Like Sadie Katz. Sadie
Right.
Katz is
I
gonna be
will.
a
Thank
super-
you so much. Thank you
Also,
so
you
much. Yeah.
remember what I said 30 years from now when we meet.
You guys also remember November 24th, we have the Soho Johnny Let Me Help Inc. Celebrity Benefit Charity Concert, and
Yes.
Reina and Verdine White have a video that's going to be played during that
Yes.
time that they've contributed, which we want to thank you so much because you guys are such superstars. I think it's
Thank you.
fabulous.
I want to say this, now they're going to go nuts all over the world. Black lives do matter. Because if you were not in the music world, I would not have had all the years of joy of listening to you beautiful people. And you're a beautiful family. You should show the world how beautiful you are. Because you love your granddaughter, she loves you. It's really Italian if you want to know it. Are you part Italian maybe? But la familia, la familia, la familia. You are a beautiful family.
Thank
God
you.
bless you. And thank you again
Thank
for
you so
all
much.
of your fabulous music, Grandpa.
So you guys too, you can find out more that's going on. Verdine's website is verdinewhite.com. You can follow Reina. Reina, tell them how do they follow you in social media?
Follow me at Reina_NAI. There you'll be able to see everything. You can click the link in my bio. That's also my YouTube, so you can search up my music video, Head to the Sky, featuring myself and Nipsey Hussle with my grandfather as well. So yes.
And Verdine, you have social media too, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wait, listen to how she,
You know,
wait, I'm sorry, I gotta get in there. Listen to how she said, "And my grandfather too." So much love in that statement.
Love it.
She loves you, Granny.
oh yeah, and I love her. She's special.
She is a special girl. She's a lovely, lovely
And Verdine,
lady.
how do we follow you?
And you follow me on Instagram, Facebook. It has everything on it for all the activities that I've done and things like that. So it tells a story. And actually, I've learned so much about social media, as we all have. And it's just a great way to communicate with everything. And we're glad to be on this show today. Thanks.
Yes. Thank you
And
so
I'm
much
so
for having
happy
us.
you're on. It's quite an honor to have you on our show